Welcome to Rude Rob's Wrestling, right here where you get all your wrestling needs met. Hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already hit it. Wow, what a main event pay-per-view. First of all, I just want to say that Io and Rhea, they brought the house down. That was a phenomenal match. That was spots that I was not expecting. I thought, Rhea was going to turn heel right there. It looked like for a second she was. She might have. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. But, congratulations to the new Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Naomi. Very well deserved. Definitely an ending I was not expecting. I'm pretty sure, like me, everyone else was expecting her to do a cash in on Tiffany Stratton. I mean, that's what it seemed like the storyline was going, but what a swerve they threw us. Definitely a good ending, but, before we get into all that, I just want to, kind of, talk about the pay-per-view Evolution 2. It turned out pretty decent. I think it turned out pretty decent. The fact that there wasn't a major build, there wasn't really, I mean, to me it didn't seem like a big deal like the first one. But, the tag team match, congratulations to the Judgment Day. I don't know if you know, but I am a Judgment Day fan. Whether it be the first Judgment Day with Edge, Rhea, and Damian, to the Judgment Day after that with Edge, Rhea, Damian, Finn, and Dominic. I've always been a Judgment Day fan. I'm a little upset too that Rhea and Damian took the Judgment Day identity with them when they were kicked out of the Judgment Day. The background and stuff that they would have in their Titantrons with the wings and stuff. I thought that was very cool. I liked it, and I thought that was going to stay with the Judgment Day, but obviously not. Rhea and Damian took it with them. I guess that was more their thing. But I'm impressed with what they've done with the Judgment Day, how they're kind of rebranding it. It's not like how it first started out, but I've always liked the Judgment Day. I'm always rooting for the Judgment Day, especially Dirty Dom. That's my boy from San Diego right there. Yo, Dom SD, that's right. Padres, Chargers, and so like I said, just a pretty good pay-per-view in general. The triple threat match for the Intercontinental title was pretty decent. I like that. Not too much of a big fan of the Battle Royal. That was kind of not interesting to me, but I guess the winner got a match at SummerSlam for the title. Stephanie Vakira, congratulations. She's a rising star. I look forward to seeing more of her as well. It's funny, sometimes I look forward more to the women's wrestling than the men's wrestling. I don't know, there's just something about they put on a good show. They put their heart and soul to it, like Ia and Rhea Ripley. I can honestly say that I think that this might have been a better match than Rhea and Charlotte at WrestleMania. I went, to the outs of it. It turned into like a street fight basically, because the referee was knocked out, and it looked like Rhea did a heel turn right there. It looked like she was kind of turning heel, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Naomi comes in, cashes the Money in the Bank, and wins the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Congratulations, Naomi. Well deserved. Your character work has been so good. I love the Owen Hart tribute in your attire right there. Many of you who don't know Owen Hart, the late great Owen Hart, passed away, during a live event. But he used to wear that Danger attire. He used to wear that, when the Hart Foundation broke up and Brett went to WCW and it was only him in there. He started wearing that attire with the Danger, with the yellow tape, and he joined the Nation of Domination with The Rock. He was called the Nugget back then, and very very good that she has that tribute to him, and I believe that's what it's for. I mean, I know that it's not something that is just out of random. She that has to be a tribute to Owen Hart. If you go back, look at Owen Hart's last year or so in wrestling, he's the blue blazer, but he also has that Danger gear. So phenomenal tribute to Owen Hart. And Naomi, well deserved. Congratulations. I remember when she was just a funkadactyl right there with the Funkasaurus, and not too many people thought that they were going to become wrestlers. She had another partner with her, another Funkadactyl with her. I forget her name. If you guys remember it, leave it in the comments. But they both became wrestlers. But many people thought that her other partner was going to be the one to excel and succeed. And but it wasn't. It was Naomi. Through hard work and determination. She left a while back, a couple years ago, with Sasha Banks. Mercedes. Excuse me. That's her new name, Mercedes. And she went to TNA, I believe, for a while, won the women's championship there, returned, did the glow thing, but, that wasn't working out, and, they had a character change, and it's working out. It's working out good. I love the psychotic, character that she's playing. I love the hard work she's putting in, the commitment, the more talking she's doing, being able to show her skills, and she's always been a phenomenal wrestler, phenomenal athlete. She's always had them good spots and stuff, So I just want to say congratulations to our new World Women's Championship. Naomi, well deserved. Thank you. Like and subscribe. God bless.